Welcome to the bottom line discussion. Good evening, gentlemen. To our viewers, sorry for being late because we have some technical issue. It's good to be back here. Jamal, Avo, how you guys doing? Welcome to the bottom line.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for joining us wherever you joining us from. We say we are a big. We're going to send out a big apologies to all those who followed us. We have some serious technical issue. We are 30 minutes late, and we want to jump straight into it. I want to say a big thank you, a big welcome to you from the city of Manchester in the UK. My name is Jamal Kamara, and buckle up. We're going to have you some nice ride through Liberia tonight, Paul.
Good, good. Comrade Moore, how are you? Welcome to the bottom line.
Yeah, thank you. I am fine. We had a wonderful weather here in Chicago, Illinois, the United States. We are watching over our nation, Liberia, so this is an issue here.
We are watching over our nation, Liberia. Before we get into it, Jamal, introduce a topic for tonight, and then we can.
Yeah, tonight we'll be looking at some major headlines that made news in Liberia, major news posts, like looking from the New Republic. I'll be looking at Molu's John Molu, John S. Molu Senior, the second, exposes Weir Ellen deal. We'll be looking at the other topic also that made news in Liberia. We're looking. Let me just give you a second. Let me go through the headlines we have. We made some selection of headlines from the major newspaper in Liberia. I think some of you may have read the newspapers, but we're also looking at it from our own perspective. How do we look at it from this end? So you also, if you had a chance to join us, please send us your comment. We'd love to share it with our audience as well. So tonight as well, Paul, we'll be looking at, let me see what we got here tonight. We'll be looking at CDC. The police has besieged a CDC headquarters. That's a couple of hours ago. We'll be looking into that, Paul. And not only that, we'll also be looking at $19.4 million agro-industrial project launch in Liberia. That we'll be looking into that as well, and other major stories. But those are the key ones we'll be looking at tonight, Paul. And also we had a video to run, a Q video to run tonight, talking about one of our senators. That will be Senator Darius Dillon. We have run some video of him, and we want to show his honesty as a senator. You know, he was one of those ones who said the light. We want to see if the light is still shining. So we'll run that video tonight, and you also share us what you think about that video. Paul, that is so far. That's a little bit of highlights of what we have tonight for our audience. If you just join us, don't forget also you can check our website. That's thebottomlineliberia.com. You can also see our live. We're coming live from there too. We're streaming live from the website. You call it thebottomlineliberia.com. You can also check us there. Don't forget as well, we are live on the radio, Paul. But we are live on the radio, the Bottom Line 24 hour. You can go on and download our app. We got both the iPhone, the Apple app, as well as the Google Android app. You can download us. The Bottom Line, you will hear us live on the radio if you don't have a chance to watch us live on the video. So those are other areas as well as YouTube and Facebook. Those are the social handles we're going through tonight. So you can catch us anywhere. Follow us, and we'll take you through.
Yeah, and to our viewers, kindly share the show too, because we'll be having a very, very interesting story here tonight. So to start with, because we have technical issue, there's something trading in the world, and Liberia have been represented in the Olympics. So we want to congratulate our formula that gone to the semifinal. Jamal, you want to put that on me? See if I can put.
Yeah, just a little bit of Joseph Fambule. The guys are running. Now we have the Paris Olympic. That's Paris 2024. Fambule is one of the semi-finalists for the 200 meters. You have to run 200 meters. That means 2 minutes. You have to run 200 meters. That's to simplify. You have to run 200 meters in 2 minutes. So to get the finishing point. So Fambule has qualified. He was the first best qualifier in that round. So tomorrow, Paul will give us detail. Tomorrow, wherever you are as Liberia, we need to step through and sit down and watch the brother taking us through and making us proud as Liberia. He carried a Liberian flag. In others who also say a big thanks to all those who also went to Paris to represent Liberia as well. Other people did not make it through. They were calling the qualification round and they didn't make it through. But however, our hearts out to them. And thank you very much for taking your time to go and represent Liberia. But tonight, the eyes are on. Tomorrow night, the eyes will be on. All eyes will be on Joseph Fambule. He's making a name tomorrow in the history of athletics. I mean, actually, the 200 meters. The only Liberian so far who have made it so far in the world record. So we wish him well, and we'll be all sitting there wishing him well, and at least to take a medal. If it's not silver, if it's not gold, it had to be silver or bronze. So I'm out for the gold. So I know he's going to make it because I've seen his qualification. It was great. He had a really nice qualification to get to the semifinal. So tomorrow, I know he's going to go for the final. Let's see what's going to happen. I think a lot of things coming up tonight, but I'm so excited to see you tomorrow, Paul. Albert, I don't know what you think about him, but this guy is great. He grabbed the field, he commanded his control, he had the powers of running. He just got the power. I don't know what we're going to do for him when this guy wins this medal for Liberia.
Wow. A young man who is pushing. I think he won the African Championship lately in Cameroon. He won a gold. So this guy, it shouldn't be surprising to us all that he might end up winning some sort of medal in Paris. So let's keep our finger crossed and pray for the young man to do proud to our beloved country, Liberia. It will be the first medal in the Olympic for our country if he does win something. So let tomorrow by 6 o'clock Liberia time, 6 p.m. That will be 7 p.m. UK time. Tune in and watch this guy. He will be on BBC Sports. Follow him tomorrow. Cheer on Liberia. How your thought? You work with youth and sports. What you make of this young man?
Well, I have no doubt that he could be the winner. He could be the winner tomorrow. He has the potential. He prepared. He have the enthusiasm to put his country forward. And what I will call on Liberian national, by the time he hit that 200 meters as a winner, the budget, the sport development budget or the youth and sports ministry budget must be increased at least 3 times of what they say they put in there, or even more. Because I know 150,000 it means nothing. We need to develop our sports in Liberia. Every area will be prepared with field, with courts, basketball court, tennis field, kickball field, whatever, or prepared park that people will be taking exercise around track and field area will be prepared in every setting in Liberia. We have the potential. Everyone does not have to work for government. But if you do so, then everyone will be hanging on the government. Those that work in will be stealing to support the other people. But if we expand our country development, then some of the tension will go down. Thank you.
Yeah, Paul, before we take through, I just want a little information for those who are watching us. You know, Paul, there's a lady that won, the last is Alfred, or she's from St. Lucia. You know, the lady from the country, the 175,000 people.
From St. Lucia.
St. Lucia, St. Lucia.
St. Lucia, there are about 100,000 people on our
175,000 people. That's the population of these people. 175,000. The Minister of Sports said to us, I think the Prime Minister, it was on the BBC, said they invested 200,000 US on this lady to get the first place. And she won the first place. She's the most fastest lady on earth right now. And that's the pride of that country. She won it, I mean, hands down. The lady won this meter, 100 meter, the women run the 100 meter in 2024 in Paris. She said they spent 200,000 on this lady. They have been doing it for years, for the past years. Just one person. You know what? She delivered the results. The result is just victory, gold. So they are proud. And not only that, they have Olympic stadium. I think they transformed it to a hospital. They are building other Olympic stadiums. They're encouraging other youth to get involved. And they're putting money into this. And they took the country. I didn't know about St. Lucia or St. Lucia, I call it. I didn't know about it.
St. Lucia, yeah.
It's 175,000 population. That's the width. And that's how much of Liberia. We can't even support one of our athletes. Where you have Liberian living US. People like Joseph and the rest of the people that came, the ladies, the young men that came from America to come represent Liberia in Nimba, Liberia. What could we do for them? We couldn't do nothing. The government's not doing anything for them. Just they carry the country flag. They could run for America. Where they've been living, they've been training there. I don't know how much the government of Liberia has done for these people, but whatever they've done for them, they need to do more for the youth that are in the limelight to come out to represent our country. 200 US, 200 US, 200 US, 200 US dollars, 200,000 US dollars was spent on this lady that won the women 100 meters athletics championship in 2024 in Paris. So just a little bit of what's happening in Paris. And Liberia is just sitting there. Oh yeah, he's carrying our country proud. Yeah, this guy is doing well for Liberia. We got to pray for him. Is that why you can take? It takes this guy to training alone. Those guys in Lucas, they have to hire athletes, they hire specialists to train this lady for more than 2 years so she can win as she wanted. It's about investment. It's about investment. So I think we can only talk a little bit compared to what Mr. Abel has said so far. We work with the youth and sport. When you see the budget of youth and sport is nothing compared to the money George we are putting into a sport complex or at the sport place he built. Half of that money could have gone to youth and sport to build the youth, the sporting, the athletes, the sports in Liberia, the youth activities in Liberia. But somebody will take that money and put his on his, I don't know what you call it, the sporting. I don't know the name again. Now you call it investable sporting sport. And that money should have gone to the youth activities in Liberia, more especially to sporting activities, being a football legion of Africa. So there are a lot of things we need to look into. It's a disgrace that we sit here today. We're not talking about the government putting more money into supporting the youth activities, more especially sporting activities in Liberia. But it's embarrassing. It's a shame. It's a big shame, Mr. Umoy. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how you look at it, but it's very shameful.
You know, before our come in, the thing with Liberia, we have a very useful population. If you go to Liberia now, the young people, they are like mission ends, we call them. So imagine if you invest heavily in them. They are talented Liberians that are sitting now in Boko Jide and other parts of the place that you will spot and it could make the country proud. I gave you a story. Germany, a few years back, they missed the World Cup because the team were not good. So what they did, they invested heavily on 10 years old. By the time the kids reach 16, they have won the European Championship, they have won the youth tournament, and they went to the World Cup, they won the World Cup. Just imagine if you invest heavily in your young people, you get better result. Like our politicians only invest in their own pockets. They don't invest in the country. And this is where we are. How about you work with youth and sport come in?
What as I earlier stated, more need to be done. What should be done? Liberians, our people need to demand what they deserve. They should not sit down. They all saying, oh, that other people think, oh, my son, don't follow those boys who can pull pepper in government eyes, find something to do. You cannot find something to do when nothing there for you to do. Exactly. More people need to go into the government eyes in order to do it right. Okay? So we need, it is sad that President Weah was there, and these things, most who are being developed, national programs who are being planned from every county, every district put together and see which one should be done for more access for youth to pick up quick. And in fact, besides that, the administration, $5 million was provided to the brother. What did he do with it before he became president? So this time around, we have a president who said he will crack down as Dr. Nije Pole Baba is corruption. Corruption not only money, but anything you try to do, you don't do it fairly, like corruption. Okay? You have national agenda and you know why you what's sort of be in there, but you left other things up because you want that money to go into your pocket. That Baba, that corruption. So the sporting area will be scientifically discussed. Now, when we do that, what will happen in the next 5 years? We will have Liberians living Liberia to go around the world and teach our new sports like the kickball, a very interesting sport that nobody knows about. People will come to the UK, to the US, very diaspora community can invite our teams and people will watch them. And sooner or later it will go on world records. And the nation could even gain support from the sporting communities of the world and say, oh, that a war Liberia this amount of money to improve its sporting facilities. I remember once we were in Monrovia, I think CAF gave some kind of money to Liberia or Ellen Snow, but then the man over everything, he was in all the money places. He was at LPRC, then he was the chairman, LFA chairman. So to rebuild the national sport complex in central Monrovia, the ATS. So CAF gave that money, and it helps somehow to lift Liberia from the ashes of the war. Okay, so our involvement, our talents is showing up there. More people will pay attention and say, look, this country got people. In fact, people will start taking sporting youth from Liberia. They will find means to go around the world. Like I forgot the federal name in Saudi Arabia. He came. I know the boy I think either from Ghana or from Kenya. They were playing in Europe. He left. He went to Saudi Arabia. He makes more money now, but guess what? According to record, he's a Muslim. That fellow had built the village that he came from. He had built it to a mall in city, and everybody there on some kind of little salary. The mall that they used to go to, when you enter the mall, now you think you in the hell of Europe. This guy had done that thing to his country. He think if they were 10, the whole country would have been built to a modern city. So we can't limit our youth. Some of them will be of great blessing to us. So we need to put more and more attention to it instead of giving a representative 2,500 United States dollars for gas, 500 gallons of gasoline. What a logic in it. That man is aware we employ him, we getting salary. You paying for his phone. What are we saying to our people? What are we saying to our country Liberians? Should somebody pay a man who is employed, pay his way to go? He will buy you car. They say you're going on mission. You go into your home that where you came from to represent your people. We don't have to pay you for that. We don't have to buy gear for any representative. The money, your salary is enough to take you to work, to and fro on a daily basis. So President Walker need to cut all that gas money, all the phone money, put it back in the national treasury, and pay attention on developing the young people in our country.
Yeah,
yes.
Thank you very much. Paul, it's quite an interesting thing to talk about this. I think we also want to recognize people like Emmanuel Matadi, who also running on the 100 meters in Paris. He did not make it. He was in the heat for the 400 meter qualification. Emmanuel Matadi, one of those Liberian athletes that was in Paris. Not forgetting Ebony Morrison is another Liberian lady that also was competing in Paris. Did not make it. But all hats off to those who made their way to Paris, France, in this Olympics to represent Liberia. We want to say a big thank you to them. And tomorrow, this guy is gone. For Joseph, is the double champions, 200 meters, 100 meters for Africa.
There's another lady that is running tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Liberia time.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. We just want to recognize the efforts the Liberian athletes made to come over. The Liberians that made to come to Paris, whether we win or not, Paul, it's a patriotism. It's like I have this kind of goosebumps, Paul, when I was speaking about these people going to do gyms, training for over the years to make sure they appear. They stand out there and raise the Liberian flag and say, look, I'm here for Liberia when Liberia is not paying a dime for them. Well, Liberia is not recognizing what the effort doing. So it's a patriotism. We need to honor these people. We need to recognize the effort, Paul. It's not something to be sweeping about, talking is, in run. We need to talk about the effort they made. We need to share their patriotism. We need to let Liberians know that others are there who want to also share with us. There's level of nationalism, the patriotism they show to the country. Going out there, training for years to come over to represent your country when your country is not even recognizing what you're doing. When we should be doing more for them. We just talk about a lady who just won the 100 meters in Paris, and the country spent $200,000 on one person. $200,000 on one person to just get to the top, and the person won it. They delivered.
Yeah.
It's the deliver. So it's very, very.
Think about it. We have talent. The kids, if they are being fed well, they go to school, they've been taken care of, they will do a lot. But you come from school, you better have arena to eat. And then your parents don't just put money into the youth, and you'll see Liberians got talent. I'm being honest. They just refuse to do it.
I think Mr. Ab also may help us here, because I don't know there's anything in our country that's more uniting than sports. I mean, anybody can just prove me wrong here. Uniting.
The reality is that sports all over the world. We all know the history from the sporting activity from Greece, from Athens, they spread in and around the world. For anyone who is in leadership, just of a community, will know that sports indeed is a unifying force for every community, for every country. Look, serving as director for youth services, a lot of things I observe, then my love for my country got increased more and more. That means take us by the bit. One time I was discussing with a senior brother, and I will call his name. It's not a criminal activities. Here we are talking. I was talking with Mr. Deacon Carter. A down honorable Deacon Carter was serving as the director for the Readjustment Commission. So readjustment was holistic. Got to inculcate everything to see where we national focus should be on. So it has to do with the young people. So most of the time he worked with us at the Ministry of Youth and Sport, and I've been the director of youth services. I was always with him on many of the programs that we were trying to develop. But something we were discussing, like standing and lacking of the kind of support we needed, and we were discussing, and we came to some of the observation he made. Say, this country, Liberia, has a greater potential. All we need to do is to strategically plan our country for development. Which area we should put focus in and say, look, I was watching these little children that guarding Taylor. He said he was standing on the boulevard going from Single to Congo Town, and they were leaving. Taylor was leaving the yard. They're coming to town, and those children, the car that goes behind the presidential convoy,
right?
they got a group that were prepared, right? The children were flying with a slingo. They were just drawn. They go in that car. They lay down, fly, their legs stretch. They're going. They're pointing where they're supposed to be pointing. And he said he was watching it. Said Jesus Christ. He said before anyone does that in the U.S. Army, you going for extra 6-month training to stick on a moving vehicle to fight. He said, but these children just got up. Who trained them in that one? Nobody knows. They will just run with a slipper, everybody, the owner car going. He said, if we put our national effort in training children in the positive direction, we got a country. And Paul, let me tell you, I used to go around the beaches to see what happening. So this day I took the time to go to the ambassadorial increase, where it used to be called a coconut plantation, and behind the foreign ministry going towards the U.S. Embassy way. That was it Saturday, I think either Saturday or Sunday I went. And the children that I saw below 15, 10, 8, even 5, all the children were on the beach. And some of them were sinking, they're doing this, they're doing that. I look all around. I say, amen. We need to develop this control because the children have talents. Some of the children were singing. Some that other people go for training, professional training. They will pay somebody thousands of dollars to train. The children were doing it by themselves. If you watch the President we administration during his inauguration, there was a child giving a speech, and they were making noise. But that was the best part of that program. So I even thought that boy would have scholarship. I don't know how they consider him. Then the little one that sang the song, he's a heaven sent. If you look at the video today, you think, how old is he? That man less than 10 years old. And he get a talent in him already. But now that child should be in a special school with a special teacher after school. He goes there, practice and practice and practice. By the time he gets 15, and you think you are wasting money? No. When that boy produce one, what they call it, one CD, when the CD is sold in any shop, tax is on it. Okay? So government going to get money back. Government is going to get money back. One program that was stated for the acting president at the time, Madam Ruth Perry. Ruth Perry took over the women were happy, so the nation was in more happiness during the war. I had to stage that program along with Honorable Candy Carter. So we put a program together. The money that we wanted to stage the program, we didn't have it. But I had confidence in staging that program. I knew that it would have an effect on the nation. So I took risks and credited everything to have that program done. And guess what? Ruth Perry was my former boss from Chase Manhattan Bank. She was the head teller. So I wanted to do everything to make my old man proud. But the interest was to show to the world that Liberia is ready for peace, yearning for peace. So I went all around and contacted all the schools, the elementary school. One school I contacted, we call it AGN, right on Buchanan Street, right next Walker Cinema, front page, former office. Then Chris, we read that there's a little school. They wear blue and orange. So I went to the principal, I asked him, guess what? Those children had instruments and they took somebody in there to train them and they knew how to do it. They playing fruit, they playing this. Those children walk. That person was directing and they started playing. They entered the Centennial Pavilion. All the NGO workers in Liberia, they never saw something like that before. They were so happy. The number of patients that were taking that program showed that Liberia was ready for peace. So you saw the little children, nobody paid them, but because of that, many support started coming to ease the tension of war down in Liberia. So we gotta do more. We can't we are seeing that that grown-up ball man, they playing the ball on the street. You have to prepare fields for every community. Every community must have a recreation center. That's how you develop your people, that's how you get natural health to your people. Okay, let's go to other issue.
We have to do more. So you are talking about, before we go into some of the newspaper, you are talking about the salary of some of our senators and our lawmakers in general. There is this thing that Darren Dillon did in Liberia that is concerning. He's a lawmaker that came into office and came on this matter of the light that will expose things in the Senate and the way the people, the money they taking and all these good talks that he came about. And when he made more than 5,000, he would give Moserado County money back. Yesterday, he invited some press in his office. And I just want, this is a 10 minutes clip, but we'll go by step by step. It's a very interesting thing that he said. And I want our audience and you guys, after we play this video, it's very interesting. And then we can move on to the other things. So I'm going to start with Darren Dillon.
Okay, thank you.
They will make you and your institution look like the demons and the devils because the proper information is not out there. Sometimes it's just going to throw it back to them. You see this office? Nobody forced me to do it. Those of you who been in the Capitol building, you see the door here? These doors, the door, the bathroom, the door, everything. The tile on the wall here, the tile on the floor. There are POP and the air conditioner here. All these furniture in the office. All of these are funded from my pocket. Y'all show the furniture? All of these. Let's go in the other places. So this is the conference room. There's the conference room. All the conference table and chairs. The air conditioner. Curtains. Everything. The door. These doors. You see some of new doors here. Eh? All of you want to renovate the place. The air conditioner here.
The office of the chief of staff,
All
of
these
the senator.
These doors, the furniture, the deck, everything you see here. In the hall, you see the secretariat here. These furniture, everything. The AC, all the things there. Printer, computer, everything. The door here, the main door here to the other entrance. Eh? Yeah. The AC inside there. These decks, everything. Let's go back. We don't want fun area. Now you see, you do it because of decency. All these conference tables and chairs, we did them. The media and the public will see you bringing the truck with these things. They don't care to know what a government pay for it or government pay for it. Some people want to leave in the things government pay for when they carry the media that can see these lawmakers bringing these things. When they see them carrying their personal effect, they say they people looting the Capitol building. The government gets threshold refund for furniture. If you buy more than $5,000 furniture, you go beyond the threshold of the building, right? Yeah. Yes. The government gave $5,000 for furniture in the whole department there. Oh, it's too much. When government give you anything, you bring it yourself. When you go, you can't say, oh, they're looting the Capitol building. You know, you can't win yet. So that's why I just have to put some people in the media on the spot, especially the political talk show hosts them, who nothing look like it. Anything positive can come from here. This is the office of the chairman of foreign affairs. That government office here. I'm one person who decided that whether I'm staying here or not, all these things will brought here. I'm not taking one personal action from here. Beside my photos. I will leave all this furniture. Or you who can be here every day, the media people, the civil society people, when you see the thing in the office at $5,000 can buy it. Whole day they own it. Oh, they put in all the jet to that capital city, they get all money for furniture, this and that. 5,000 they furnish this place. Tire on the floor was shaking. All those things. People, when you come to a place, you're a decent person, you want to make it decent. So I'm not complaining. I just want some people out there to know that everybody here is not evil. If there are evil people here, some of us got conscience. And at the point where we don't have the time and energy to be on radio every day to be clarifying some foolishness. They have my name all over the media. Oh, they not get a lawmaker, a new car, they don't have to only fight there on the morning, so I challenge them to shut up. What they can be doing all that thing ever? Why the country ain't there for people to try to be good? What in the country, even if you buy, you won't be good, the country can get vexed. Why now? When you realize that? The country want everybody to be bad, appear to be bad, perceive to be bad, so nobody can have an elevated voice to say, just stop doing bad. That's the kind of country we're in. So again, I want to thank you guys for the recognition, the honor. We will continue to try to do our best. The 2029 propagandists will not deter us from doing what we have to do. We'll do our work. The people who want to do their 2029 politics is so early. We understand those things. When we're ready for national politics, for national election, we will know the men from the boys. For now, let the boys be running. Every evening, people just put people's name in all kinds of things. And you're not talking this way. Only maturity will make me not to talk the way I used to talk. That immaturity will make me get key in my hand and knock door. I got key to the presidency. We don't want brother government. I can get key to the room or to the door there and knock door. You use a key, you go in there and fix things and correct things. You are valued when you do that. That immaturity can make you make it no whole day. Go inside when you get a key, that way you have access for. When you got key, it means you got access. You go in there, you correct things. There are times, there are things that must be publicly said to know your public stand on some issues. Notwithstanding that you're part of the administration, then you do it, and that's what I do in session. And if people think I should be talking whole day, maybe no whole day, look, I'm a politician too. When the people not fair, you don't get fair for them. Because they will get fair when you for getting fair for them. They can't do it.
So this is interesting video interview. He called the press conference to lecture the citizen. This Darren Dillon said he bought furniture from his own pocket. But this Darren Dillon, just a month ago, they were in Grand Bassa County. They divided money among themselves that the public cried on. They didn't get it back. This Darren Dillon, who promised Monserrato County that when he get over 5,000, over 10,000, now he'll give 5,000 back to Monserrato County. This Darren Dillon that took 30,000 when Alexander Cummings brought he and his team to bed. They went against Cummings for what Cummings had to tell them to send the 30,000 back that was corruption. This Darren did not get 10,000 on, how they call it, senatorial legislature engagement. Nobody knows what they're doing with it. And this is the Darren Dillon telling us today that he's taking money from his pocket to buy office furniture that was not there before. And these are the corrupt people that have Liberia the way it is, that today our young people cannot even run to represent Liberia. I want to start with Jamal and then I end up with you, Alva. Jamal, from this video you just watched, there's more. There's another thing that he talked about, going after we are government. I just want you to learn on what you heard from this guy's video.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. For me, I don't see much in there. What I've noticed here, well, I don't know what Dada is trying to show us here. What I know for history, for records, for newspaper report, and some information we gather, Liberia senators, lawmakers are the highest paid in the world. And if he has taken the money to furnish his own office, well, good to him. Why you want to tell us? And it's just said, why would he take them? If you want to take them, well, so be it. What about those Liberians that are building roads? Will they take their roads with them? And if you do it, the government responsibility, if you want to do it, thank you very much. There's no need to tell us that you will take those things away. That's one. And if you look what they do, like, look, there's a recent report, 2021-2022 budget. The legislators allotted $64 million to themselves. 2021-2022 budget. The Liberian legislature allotted $64 million to themselves. Before Dallin did not become a senator, where did he get the money from? He didn't have anything. He told us he didn't have it. He was skinned, as we call it in the UK. He was a poor man. So those money that he received could be his allotment, personal allotment. Fine. Thank you very much. His own money is being paid. That's fine. You have already furnished your own office. That's how you want your office to be decent. Other senators don't want. It's a responsibility of the government to furnish your office. Let them know if they pay you over 5,000, 15,000. Look, let me take you to history. Germans legislation are paid 10,000 a month, US dollar. Liberian legislation are paid 15,000 US dollar a month. So you have 5,000 different. So look at that. That's a country, and they got other fringe benefits. You've resolved to fix your office. To fix your office, there's a government responsibility to fix your office, right? You should fix your office. So if you take your personal money to make your house, it's just like when you go to a student hostel, everybody's giving a room, and the way you would design your room is up to you. Yeah, how you want to live. So I don't think there's any big deal here telling us that he's a personal. But well, thank you very much. Thanks for fixing it. The government did not fix it. This is the government you brought to power. Tell the government that we saw a mess here. Let's fix this mess. I'm not putting my personal money in there. The money he received was his pay. His account. I mean, his own money. We wouldn't ask you to spend on it. If you want to do it, so be it. That's his response. That's his decision. So I don't think he should tell us that he's spending money, doing well, and we should follow. The boys are talking. Why will you take it away? If you want to take it away, we're asking. Why should you take it away? Those who are building roads, they're not taking the roads away. Those who are doing something, there are a lot of people coming out there giving to the government, NGOs and stuff like that, out of millions and millions of dollars to the Liberian government. They're private citizens. They're not taking anything away from them. So he's been there. He wants to be the light. Let him be the light. We didn't tell her he's doing well. So if he has the key to the door, we'll ask him. What I'm telling her, what he's saying on the yellow machines. What it stands about those. Yeah, I'm getting sure what it stands on those report from the other team. What it stands about the report, the speaker, the National Independence Day orator speech. There are a lot of things we want his stance on them. So he was one of those lights. The light is not shining now. The light is dimmed. The light should not say he has the key. We want light to shine more because he has the key to the house. Let him go and put a light on and tell us what's happening in the house. Thank you.
So this guy said something in this video that he brought his government to power. He can't say anything. He have key to the presidency. He can go in anytime, come out. No need. So where is Darren Dillon's role as a legislator? You should link all of this together. Isn't his role is to check the executive, but if he have keys to the president, so he now as a spokesperson for the government, where are we heading? What become of Liberia? I will talk to me.
Thank you, Lord Chulupi. Firstly, I look at the honorable senator and brothers explanation. It has two factors. One is socio-economic messiness, and one is political pleonasm, to say that you are correct. Looking at it from the socio-economic side, first of all, it is wrong by the state of the Liberian government. The government sets the highest standard of the society. Government has the money to run the affairs of the state. Government buildings are designed. We have engineers. They design the building, and the furniture managers are all professional people. Government has standard, the color of furniture that's supposed to be in government offices, at the Capitol building, the side of the Senate, and the side of the legislature. The sizes of the offices are defined by the structural construction. Now, no one socially allowed to move in there with any personal furniture under no circumstance, because the state knows exactly what will be in those offices, in each office. Okay? You can't go there before they say go look for chair. We all know that we went through war, but the war since being over. Okay? The war being over. So the honorable senator cannot stay here and be boasting that he personally faced his office. But right, no money is going to be allocated for any office to buy furniture on your own. No, that's why they destroyed the Liberian government. The government has the maintenance thing. So budget is set for the maintenance of the capital, of the parliament. The managers, the technicians, they will go and see features, furniture that are broken, that need to be changed. They change it. No personal individual items to go into the building. It's wrong. You cannot make any structural change on the state building in the first place. So as a senator, he does not know his limit. He does not know the law. He does not know the laws on the properties of the Liberian government. So he has violated all of those. Now, you the senator, you want to tell me everyone's office looks like yours? If I'm a senator and they come into my own office and all those material that you went to that will need people to give you, and I didn't go there, so it's not in my office. So you're the best senator? He is not. Their brother is running an NGO in Monrovia. He's running a foundation. So many money goes to him. So he got personal money, okay? So he can't come. He was just an office boy during the war years. The records are there at the Senate, at the legislature, rather. Don't put it that way. He was just an office boy, okay? So where he got money from to be furnishing government offices. So he wrong. They are taking the jobs of other people from the capital, from the building into their pockets, and those people are sending around and doing anything because they had to pay them. You should have engineer for that building, electrical engineer, structural. Everybody's being there. They come into our day, they paint every day. The painters paint every day. They paint that business, paint that building every day that they want to work. That's how it started. So you can't go there. You people, when you took the money, put it in your pocket, the same thing they do in the counties. They will say, the legislative project. So what they do, the money that's going to be given to, I want to call it rural development or public works. But during the top administration, there was another branch called rural development. They were specialized funding the need for government to build administrative building, hospital, and all of these things, the roads, all of these things. So the budget supposed to be with those people, or is where it goes to the county. They arrange with rural development. This is what they want. The engineers will go and check everything and say, yes, this is what it requires. It requires for Grand Pass, it requires for Maryland, requires for River G, and the Senate that had the budget supposed to be made. And now for Senator Darren Dillon to say his office needs $10,000 for furniture, then they give it to him. So the whole pluralistic political pluralism that he's doing here is to justify his corrupt culture. So totally, he's wrong. He had no excuse. Is what they call political pluralism. To sell you, he talk plenty to make you think that you are correct. He has no cause to put any furniture in that state building. Okay?
Right.
So the budget, the maintenance department must be reactivated, and they must check everybody's everyone's office, and the material that was designed is on the book. That should go there. He's not gonna bring a blue, green chair and all the thing here. Office. No, not your personal home, please.
So comrade, before we move on quickly, this man say he brought the government to power. He have key to the president, so he cannot say anything. Why will you have do? You can open the door anytime, and when the president made mistake, they can correct it. So he's a senator, and then
let me answer that one.
We have three branches. We have three branches of government. So where is his role?
Let me throw it like that. But as I stated earlier, these are the people that damage the fabric of the Liberian governance system. First of all, it's supposed to distinction between you and the president. Okay? He's supposed to understand that constitutionally he can be the president from your party, but you are in a different branch of government. So you serve as watchdog under your friend, your brother, and your political party member and president of the Republic of Liberia. So you can't be boastful here to say, we brought this government and I have access, if something going wrong, I will go in there and I will fix it. And we see it every day it goes wrong. So where have you been? So he doesn't know his function. He's supposed to check on that officer when you're going wrong. Say, nope, you cannot dismiss the bank governor. It does not fall in the purview of the executive mansion to do that. Only the legislature can do that. You don't have the power to send an acting bank governor. You have no control, no oversight responsibility. Only the legislature will decide to suspend or not to send an acting bank governor or not. So if he feels that he does have key to the government, why are these things going on? So he put himself in more trouble. He doesn't have control. The only thing they're doing is how to eat money. By furnishing his office, you talking about 5,000 United States dollars. That's the highest standard. 5,000 ain't no small thing. Why you need that office? Why do you need that? You need more than $5,000. Everything in there did not get spoiled. Okay, so you can't tell me it's not a new building to say they're putting everything there. They throw the maintenance department is responsible. The quarter, everything is on the paper. What's going to be the quarter of the flow? But the guy inside there, because they are not civilized, because they want to steal, so they damage everything. They look at the meeting person or the meeting department and crush them down to dust. So you go to the Capitol building, nobody knows what to do, and so that's how they feel. Because in the situation where there is crashes that have the criminal, they take the state money. So Daniel Dillon, if he's civilized enough, he should go put all his senators together, representatives. They should empower the meeting department to make sure that every office in that building is well updated with furniture needed, in not of bruffing stuff where you go buy blue chair, red chair because you want it. No.
I like what I've said.
It's just a shameful business before we transition. Jamal, you want to chime in?
Yeah, Paul, you see, Mr. Moore just outlined some stuff, highlighted some stuff we need to know. Probably most of our people around and walk around. You will see the ignorance of the people that are following the journalists. They'll have no questions to ask. Like what he just said, most of people are not aware of these things. And they will have a question or query the senator. Oh, Senator, do you know that we have some guidelines to follow those rules in terms of how do you maintain your office? What are the conditions of bringing this kind of chair, the color of the chairs, the sofa, the furnitures, things you need to do, the number of staff in here, the payment, how much you should spend on these things. Like Mr. Moore said, I may mention about it. Maintenance office. It's a responsibility of the government to make sure the office is equipped to the standard. If you want to make an office more than, like you said, in a way, you should listen to what he said. This is the office of the foreign department, whatever he said. That means that he's entitled to more thousands of USD to furnish his office. What does he need in that office? How many times do they spend in the Capitol building? How many times do they go for a session in a week? They can go to the very county. You should have this place within Monserrado where you will meet your local citizens, your constituents. They will meet you there. There should be another place within your county. And one of the districts should be where you meet them if you want to. Or each of the districts, it could be another way to do it. Each district should be as kind of sub-office where they will meet you and discuss with you once in a week. But they expect you all to queue into the Capitol building to see you. So you want to have it as an office of the king? I mean, I think he made a mistake. He just blundered again without even knowing the reason, the procedure. Probably did not stand there sitting up there in the office. There are layout conditions in the Capitol building and say, this is how things should go by. Because there's no structure, Paul. So he made a mistake coming by again, stumbled again, coming by to say again, oh yeah, only 5,000 they gave me to fix this place.
He said from his own pocket. He said from his own pocket. That his pocket.
He said,
no, your 5,000 was allotted for that place. That's all.
Yes, but then more than 5,000 from his own pocket.
Yeah, the rest came from his own pocket. This is what I just said right now. Looking at these conditions, you shouldn't be maintaining your own office. Your allotment other stuff. It's a responsibility of the government to furnish your office. It's a responsibility of the government to tell you the maintenance office or whatever, the procurement office, the chief. This is what we need to have in the office. This is the standard. If you want it to your level, to your own leisure, or to your own pleasure, it's up to you. But you should not go beyond that. You know, let me tell you something important. If you live in the Netherlands, you are not allowed to make any addition to your own property on the main road. Like if you live in the main road, you're not allowed to make any addition to your own house. Exactly. You must seek permission from the city council to allow you to make. If you change the color of your building, you're not allowed to do that. They must give you a permission or permit to do that. So he walks in that thing like, well, this is our place. We can do whatever we want because there's no condition, no structure in place. So he should go back and read history and read something in the archive from the Capitol building, from the lawmakers' handbook to see what are the conditions, what are the terms if you're serving as a senator or a lawmaker in our country in that particular building. I think the senator has stumbled again. So you need to go back.
The arrogance that in this guy, because when he was eating farina, he had nothing. The people decided when he last you're going to pull you can see the arrogance in him already that, oh yeah, Those people sitting on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about 2020 now. I can't say nothing. I have access to the president. We brought this government and this, blah, 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 talking absolute
No, but
crap.
Paul, forget about that.
We know his own function.
Paul.
No, I just, yeah.
No, forget about what he's saying. You know, if you say that, like what Mr. Moore just said, I want you to go back to what about the arrogance is him. If there's people are not there to question him on what he what he does not know. If you bring questions or query on what he does not know, you will think twice before coming out to make these statements. People they just following him. Oh yeah, Chief, you're doing well. But we don't know what you're doing here. Oh Chief, you're doing well. This thing you do, you're doing better than other people. But people are informed. If people are informed of what are the conditions or the procedure to make the thing in the house, you dare not to come with that information. Yeah, people are sitting there, political RTV or political talk show hosts sitting there saying something. But we need to research what Mr. Moore says. Some of us are learning from what he's saying. Before you make those statements, we'll ask you, but Chief, have you followed the handbook of the law of the capital of the lawmakers of the House of Legislation? What are the conditions to make these things? If nobody asked him, he went around to a tour and just show what he asked. Well, this is what, okay, have a nice day. Or this is what you're going to do. Oh, Chief, to go back, Chief, pay our way to go home. Yeah, even if they don't know what they're asking, they want to ask him. So it's just another ignorance there for the side of those who are following him. I just use the opportunity to just show both. This is a show both big time. Yeah, and at the same time, you think that people are listening and people been working, they know the condition, they know what the procedures are, and why he failed to know the race up to him. Say, Senator, that's another blunder again.
Well, and let me say something there, Paul. First of all, I don't know. I don't want to condemn them because even if I was speaking any of the both languages, because we born both speaking the English, the Paso, the Pele, the Gisi, the Crew, etc. I do not know, but when we were in school, I used to be in the student journalistic club. So, we used to follow the Kwame Clement and reporting news and all the things what the style that everybody like. But we had other brothers who were much more mature, they would come and lecture you. In journalism, they divide the fee. One of your first fee is the language edition. Journalistic English. How you entitle something.
Yeah.
They teach you all that one because your title could cause trouble or it could cause interest for people to read the paper. Now, I don't know whether these guys, they didn't learn all of these things. They just start writing there. Somebody in Providence say, oh yeah, he's a journalist. I interacted with some guys who were serving a journalist in Liberia. Yeah, I wonder how. When I was way down there in grade school, we learned political journalism. We learned dictation, journalistic English, journalistic titles of story. It carried so they know they went to the Capitol building. Okay, they making political point here, purely here, explaining all of this. Nobody asking. Also, sir, this the Capitol building does not hold a meeting and department. No, nothing. Nobody asking. They're explaining. How about the other officers? So who prepared them? So they have to know when you go in there, when you are going to interview the president, you know that you go into the executive mansion to interview the president. So you start setting your tone when you come up with Your Excellency. Could you tell us how will you implement the recommendation that were made by the independent days orator? When you put a question out to the president, I know he'll come with some kind of response, but if you say, Mr. President, the National Day orator said this thing. Have you done any of them? So you're joking. Okay? You say how. Ask him how. And he may tell you we are setting up internal investigation team to look at the recommendation and all these kind of things. You will come down with it. But if you put a question or something like that, then you get an answer you get. So they went there, they met all that thing. Nobody asked the question. They just say, Who gives you the power to make structural changes on the people's building? It's not.
According to Jamal, he now he made a big mistake again now with
Of
Hunt
course.
in 2029, and he joking with think he boasting. Anyway, transition. That guy, I think he know that 2029 he will be booted out because Liberians in the diaspora that follow him, that supported him financially, and got people to support him and voted for him. They already angry with him. He just added another one to it, so they will go after him.
Let me tell you the phone. The guy that they called Spencer Waterspoon, who sponsored the biggest radio show. The boy crying. He has been literally crying on the names of Dylan and the rescue mother. You can't believe it. That these things are happening and they are there. They are not saying anything. The one particular point gets stretching. He said, Nyomli is there. The University of Liberia is shut down, and she has not said a word. Okay, so they are frustrated more than ever before. So in fact, somebody think that he can, I will take 5,000 and give it back. That's it. That's not the solution.
But Comrade, they don't just answer the question. He said, we brought the government, we get a key to the door. We cannot say anything when they made mistake, we correct it. So they're not, not going to say anything.
Yeah, that means he can say he are not distinguished himself from the presidency and the Senate. Okay.
So the stealing are going on in a 6 months. They're all part of that stealing, so they cannot say anything. That's what
guess what they did? One of the criminal stuff he did with Nyomli was they confused this 85-year-old president of ours that they would send a name. They would recommend the people, then he can okay it. That is interference. That is corruption. That what that Nije call Baba. That corruption.
I love that word, Baba.
Yes.
That's a new term for 2024, Paul.
Yeah.
Baba.
Okay. Yeah.
They don't want to let all the people that Baka send around. Then you select the person, then you confront the person. You select the person, then you are corrupted. The entire system, you make it no value in it, no sense in it. So they brought all of these, as that Nije said, they question the characters and okay, the young leaders will be a foreign affair. Foreign minister, man, when people meet, they discuss the way you are discussing here, man. Then you got somebody, a Nico who did not even finish college in your home, went somewhere, got a job. You can do that job. Okay? You can you can be a pilot, but he did not go to school for that. He did not go to aviation school, but you went, let's say you got into the military, there was a situation and somebody trained you and you know how to pick up the plane, and you become a pilot, okay? You make a foreign minister. If can you discuss with Nigerian foreign minister, with Kenyan foreign minister, with Ghanaian foreign minister? Come on now. Yeah, let's go to other.
Let's transition. Jamal, take us through to the other story that is training.
Sorry, Paul. Before I take you through, I want to just wherever you're joining us from, this is the Liberia coming to you live from Milan, Europe, and we have our colleague and our brother who lives in the US, Mr. Albert Moe. He's joining us from America. Paul, the Lord Children place based in London. Other colleagues are off tonight. I'm here, Jamal Kamara, in Manchester, United Kingdom. Not tomorrow. on the Tuesday, we come on twice a week. On Tuesday, we'll be having a show on Tuesday. We want to let before move on to the next topic tonight for review. I want to tell you on the Tuesday, next Friday, which will be the 9th of August. We'll be having a guest on show, and I'll be showing this is the sorry about that. This is the that's another one coming. This is the topic I will be doing on the Friday. This Friday will be community building and affordable housing in Liberia. We have our brother, Mr. Usman Ye, who is the real estate investment advisor, BRICS company. You'll be our guest on the Friday. Please don't forget to join us. You'll be telling us why those live in the diaspora, how can they get involved into owning their own property in Liberia. So he's also on the project. He was in Liberia recently, and he's been with us before on the show. He's coming back on Friday, 9th of August, to discuss the community building and affordable housing in Liberia. So this is for those living in the diaspora. And if you're interested in having home back home, your own property, your own house, when you go home to live, I think he will be here to take your questions. So don't forget to join us again on this Friday, on this platform, on the same time, to speak to Mr. Usman Ye. He's a real investor. Mr. Usman Ye is a real estate investment advisor with Brace Group Limited, Liberia. So don't forget to join us. Paul, that's it for Friday show. So guest is coming on. So we ask our colleagues, wherever you are, join us on on the radio. Also on our website, we say on our website, you can always watch us live on our website as well. This is the bottomlinelibrary.com. The You can go and click in there. You will watch our live from there as well. We're coming live on as well on our YouTube and Facebook and on the radio 247. And with the next topic, Paul, I will take you guys to right now will be quite an interesting story. I know this is the story I want to bring into you. That Talu takes Barker to court. This is that's the Talu. Talu is the bank governor. He was suspended, I think, after the GAC reported that there was some financial improprieties or some financial sabotage at the central bank. He's the central bank government. So he has taken the president to court. And there's a word, let me see what they say here at the bottom part. It says for he files rate of prohibition. So I think Mr. Moore can take us through where's this idea. Not the story, why you think the bank governor will take the president to court.
Well, what I have understood in recent time, according to a specific law establishing or constituting the modern status or operandi of the National Bank of Liberia, it has been the prerogative of the Liberian legislature to have direct oversight responsibility of the National Bank. I think that idea was good because they did not want the person sitting in as president to mess with the national reserve of that country. Because in the past represent such things where the president will personally just maybe just ring the phone, no document, and money will be transferred and all that kind of stuff. So the national legislature can define the function and the control over the National Bank. At that time, His Excellency Joseph Nyima Boaka Sr. was then the vice president of the Republic of Liberia and the president of the Liberian Senate. Okay? So he's aware how the bank exists, who controls the bank, who check on the bank. He knows that. So first of all, he had no cause to put a hand on the bank governor. For me, as a Liberian, in my personal human life, as our Monwell sitting in as a as the president of the bank, knowing my function and who has oversight responsibility, I will not left the bank.
Hmm.
I will sit right there, find my lawyer, and file the prohibition order. But I'll be going to work. I will not leave the office, and nobody will enter there. And I will inform the legislator that I'm being attacked because that's why it is.
Okay.
Why it is true.
Mr.
Why
Moy,
is
Mr.
yeah,
Moy, why are you going?
yeah.
Probably the listeners or the people who are watching us don't room. I thank you for giving all that laying our premises, the constitutional right. But let me just get the reasons why, so you have an idea. Not only you, those also who follow us now will follow why the central governor J. Aloysius Talu has taken the president to court. This is why he said. I will just quote the news where he said the embattled Central Bank of Liberia governor, J. Aloysius Talu, has run to the Supreme Court seeking its intervention to overturn his suspension by the president, citing the latest action as unconstitutional. So this is why it is unconstitutional. He said the governor, the central bank governor, has filed a writ of prohibition before the Supreme Court, challenging his indefinite suspension by the president as illegal and unconstitutional. Just like what you just saying, you're saying it right. I just want to give the story, the background information around why will he go to the court. I mean, telling the Supreme Court that to stop the president from suspending him. He said he's being suspended indefinitely. But is it that's not the same? Because what happened, Mr. Moore, in Nigeria, when where Tinubu got into power, he suspended. I mean, he got rid of the central bank governor. Is that the same thing? Is that the constitution are different? All these the president of Nigeria has the power over of the central bank government in Nigeria. Is it the NBC?
The laws will be different there, but I think in Liberia,
Hmm.
as we are getting tired with this unitary form of government, changes have been coming from one administration to another. Waka then was sitting in as leaders of the country when that law was made. So the president cannot interfere
Hmm.
with the national bank. So laws, administrative law, are part of the Liberian constitution
Yeah.
that it should not violate the constitution.
Right.
But
Right. Just to
they did
support
it.
what you're saying, Paul, I'll give you a chance. Don't want to give some information.
They,
The Mr. Moy, I want to
yeah,
come back to tell you about the people at what's the telecommunication when they were suspended from the office, and
yeah.
the court asked the president to reinstate them. That was not done because it was unconstitutional. It could be the same case as that of the central bank governor, because he certainly reasons why. There's an article in the newspaper says it said the section 14.4 of the amended and restated Central Bank of Liberia Act states the executive governor, non-executive governor or deputy governor shall be removed by the Senate from office only upon bill of impeachment
Yeah.
submitted by the House of Representatives based on the following grounds: gross breach of duty, misconduct in office, conviction of felony, declared bankrupt, disqualified or suspended from practicing his profession in Liberia by order of his competent authority made sorry, personally, a judge or a judge or otherwise declared to be the persons of unsound mind or incapable of properly performing functions of the office of owing to ill health. So can't even ask, is just like you said, it's the Senate that can only dismiss you or suspend it, but it's not not by the order of the president. Is there any way that the Supreme Court will actually grant this in the rate of prohibition, stopping the president from suspending the surrounding government?
Of course, I know the Justice, Chief Justice, you would just, you will not even call a session on that. You will just stop it because it is clear all the president needed to do was to inform the legislature, the lawmakers, because that's why it is. You don't have that power, But because the presidency have been used to be the highest power of office in Liberia, and everyone who's saying that they don't want to go from that. So President Walker he contradicting himself. You say you will start corruption. Then you come to the other side, you corrupt it. It can't work. Corruption is not only money, it's wrongful. The wrongful doing of any step that you take, even when you're walking, you corrupt your own thinking, you want to storm your toe. You got to pay attention to it because the law for you to walk is to look in front of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you start looking around, you dancing around, you want to storm your toe. So he knows it. He got legal advisor, he got political advisor. He knows that he have a serious potential opposition in our country, not like before. Okay? So you can't just get out and do anything.
I want Paul to speak on this. I think we talk about. I've just been going through the article. The president has been making these mistakes, the constitutional blunders since he took over, and people like Darius Dillon were just speaking about. He's the head of the foreign affairs at the Senate. Not only that, he's a key advisor. He has the ears of the president, and these constitutional blunders are taking place. These are constitutional boo-boos are taking place. Why they are not talking? No, I can't hear anything from the opposition talking about the issue. You should reinstate the governor. Also, we heard about those people from the what was it again? The telecommunication department. They were never reinstated. That's by all the outcry. But what is going on? The person is making the mistakes and we let it go, and then you go free. Paul, you know, you probably didn't read the news. So let's discuss this. Why is this things going on in Liberia? Nobody's holding the president accountable. He's making the constitutional mistakes. And people are not letting you know with all these smart people around, people like Darren Dillon, who has the key to the house.
The whole thing here, when a group of people come to power and they don't even have an agenda to run with, this is where you get. If they came on the mantra of this arrest agenda that no policy layout of how to run a country, this is where you get. These guys, King of Steve, are being blunt here. Under the Unity Party government during the early administration, these were procedures that were put in place for these 10 years jobs. And this vice president, he was the president, now was vice president, and he has signatory to all of those documents. So his coming to power, go on.
I'm not saying anything, go on.
His coming to power has just showed that they have no agenda for the country. But if you look, you talk about the telecommunication group.
Yeah, the turning position of the telecommunication group. Yeah.
Yes.
The commissioners.
The whom they were sending there is the person that ran his campaign. It backfired. Look at what happened to NASCO when those guys want to seize the office over there. And that woman's too firm. What happened? They dismiss her. So it's like he wants to reward his people now. When he suspended Talu, who he put in? Somebody that he knows. By violating the constitution. And this is why Yeke Koluba and others have seen, look, the way this guy is going is all impeachable offense that been happening. $30 million worth of yellow machine came in the country. And the constitution tells us a leader should not receive over $250. $30 million worth of thing came in, and now he sent it to the legislature that his good friend gave it to him. It just tells you, and Darren Dillon said it, they have key to the presidency, and they're all there to steal. And I agree with Darren Dillon that we cannot do nothing. There's no oversight. We cannot challenge because it's our government. So anything they do wrong, we're here to correct it. So this is where we're heading nowhere. So this guy is ready to take the government to court.
But will he be listened to? That's the question I'm asking us here right now. Because the turning position for the telecommunication commissioners, they went to the court They ran to the court, asking the court, this is unconstitutional. They filed a writ of prohibition, and they were not listened to, and they eventually suspended. And the government won. I mean, President Barker won here. So it could be the same situation for the Aloysius Stallo, the central bank governor, who is indefinitely suspended without even listening to. You don't hear the side of the story. When the GACU sent a report of this misappropriation of funds not being properly spent, and he was just, just suspended. So he's saying that why should this? That's not. It's unconstitutional. The question is, will the Supreme Court take the decision to put him back, to reinstate him? That's the question, because we have seen the case of the turning position for the telecommunication commissioners. They will not send him back. This was very unconstitutional.
Let me come in there.
Come here, Awa.
Some people they let it be wicked by friends, and sometimes they condemn themselves to death. When the suspension was ordered after the court ruled that they can't be dismissed, then they're like, okay, they are still sitting there, they are aware about I was suspended, they'll be audited. So those very people that are going into groups and go back to the Supreme Court, all of them, to call, to order the request for prohibition on the suspension. But someone then started saying, oh, okay, the man wants for nobody to work with him. The Liberian people put in there so that the government didn't have it. Someone then started saying it. With the exception of one fellow from my own area, they call him Peters. Oh, let me copy the full name. He had the national security identification. Okay. Peter said, he said he's not moving. And I know that he do not move you in Liberia until the court rules, because the suspension also is illegal. And I wrote on Facebook, it was ill will suspension. Who will suspension? You ordered the man while he's sitting there. Because the Supreme Court had told you that you can't dismiss the man. So you audit. And the audit proof, then you send communication to the board of directors, have this person suspended until he or she can prove himself or exonerate himself in court of the allegation. Okay? He didn't do it. So he creating tension in a post-war country. He's not supposed to do that. So all those guys, legally, they are not dismissed. And because some of them, they waive their right. So even if the other group will come back today, they go to the Supreme Court will tell them to go to work. They will tell them to go to work.
Yeah.
Legally, they are not dismissed because the president has no power to do that. So they audit. Now, you see why people are supporting the arrest, detention, or prosecution of the other people, because there is an audit report. So the audit report, nobody can argue on it. Those are accused got to find a lawyer and they go to court for the government to prove. Okay? But like the other people are going, calling meeting, this and that. You can't do it. It's like when you go to court, they fine you. No argument on fine. You got to pay that fine before you present your argument. So the regime, the presidency of Mr. Barker is totally wrong. It's totally wrong. He suspended those people, or you told the people, George, the Supreme Court rule. Then you say, oh no, I was suspended. Then you pull acting there. No. Only the board of directors can put an acting director in any of those places that any of those places that were known as tender position, the president cannot put anybody there on a law.
Jamal, something with your microphone is an echo in it. So,
So right now, the executive mansion is at fault with the judicial branch of government. They are war with the law. So anything goes wrong in Liberia, President Walker will be held accountable in history. I don't know whether you guys read something today from, I know, the Legal Bar Association or some kind of group. They warned the president of creating a situation that he may not be able to withstand. Apply the law, it will go easier. Those people the audited, they show money was missing from the national bank. The national take it over the counter, they took it, so they will go to court while they did it, where the money went, so we can know. So they can't say no, they're not going to court. Nobody can say, oh, they will not go there. You can't say that one. Everybody will defend the president for that. But if you're not doing it correctly, it will not be better for Liberia. Yes.
wow.
It has to be done correctly.
Right. All right. Thank you very much. Paul.
A justification to that, if you saw the MPP is a major component of the multi-democratic coalition, right? But their MPP is trying to separate itself for fighting against the law. Everyone that was accused of corruption must go to court. So they are telling the coalition. There is a document showing a proof. Let them go to exonerate themselves in court. We can't say they will not go. So the coalition for democratic change, if they're not careful, it's going to break down. Okay, let's go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was saying that, Paul. There's another topic tonight. This came from one of the says, this is the former minister of finance, Mr. Simon, who says that all these things are all alleged. They are all indictment. All these government threatening, they are all about witch hunting. And he mentioned that before that they inherited 300 million US debt from the government. This is what he said. So look at that. Why is he coming saying that now?
Jamal, there's echo in your volume. You need to do some little adjustment over there. This story is interesting story, but I will take us through if you know about this story.
Well, I know I read his statement, but it's politically, economically, it's pretty immature. For anybody with economic background or political background, okay? We know government operates on what? Debt, right? In and around the world. The United States government owes China a huge amount of money. Oh, this other country a huge amount of money. Okay? So if Trump comes back tomorrow, the debt will be there. After Trump, the debt will be there. But they are legal. Are they legal debt? Are they legal? If they are legal, government is continuing. The United States government will pay. So, therefore, in the cash they come and make a rebuttal that they made $300 million. I think he said something that it was not counted for, right? Something he said more about it there. So if you knew you came in, there was a huge amount of debt, and you're trying to see where the debt originated from, and you find no paper, please Please, up to 3 years, you should call those people to book. So if he didn't do it, according to something you have said, because someone tell me already in Liberia, you cannot call for it now. So you're responsible for them because you saw it. So you had almost 900 days, which is 3 years, to have brought it to book. The people were around, the president was there, the vice president was in our country, you know, $3 million debt, no document to show how the debt came upon the nation, and you accepted it. Who are you? What kind of economic school did 12 go? How he think Liberian was going to pay that money? Also, he told a story so he too will see and walk out of there and go free.
I think to avoid this. Okay, Paul, do you still have echo?
Yeah, but speak. Go on.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so
it's like
he's responsible. Whatever debt there, he's responsible.
If we come to the story of this is why it comes. If we talk about that, I'll bring this one out. That came from John Molu. This is what Molu said about this. That debt will be part of this. This story.
Yeah, John Molu. John Molu.
That's why the deal between Wea and Ellie, whatever was to cover them, to tie them so they can get exposed. So this is what Molu said. This guy is the minister, former minister, Mr. Tua is saying there were $300 million debt. We don't know. We have no record. But then, why you want to bring it now? Why he bringing it out now? Well, he knew there was no record, like you said. There's no proof. You can't find a record. Why would you bring it up? It's not money anymore because these have no record. $300 million. Where did they come from? Who do we owe? Like the government's continuity, we will pay, but then it's not genuine. It's not correct debt. It could be genuine debts, but what? No record. So that means that there's no debt. There's nothing existing. How will it look like? How did he look like when he speak of such thing at this time when he be cornered, when he be questioned about his saying for financial priority? So it makes me to also like a minister, like you said, what school did he go to? Financial school or economic school? Like you tell us today that we acquired or inherited $300 million with no record. Who listens to this kind of stuff? So John Mulu come and talk about there was a deal between Ali and Wea that whatever they do should be covered. And they were doing it just to cover their back. Ali may have gone into a lot of financial mess, created a lot of financial mess for the incoming government, and they covered them. So they were like kind of understanding, what should be covered so they will not get them out there. They will not put them outside, they will not expose them, they will cover. Now today, the market government is coming and say, whatever the case may be, we'll go after it. So now they are telling us there was some kind of, from what I heard, what I'm reading from Samuel was say there will be some, they may be a deal because he said to us that there was $200 million debt inherited.
Unaccounted for.
Why the proof? Why you didn't bring us before? Now you're telling us after 6 years. So I don't think the statement of the former minister makes any sense. I don't think we should make it. I think it's a bit confused right now. So Paul, you can come on that. We can move on to the other article today. See what next.
The stories, it just unbelievable. It just keep coming until you don't know what to say when they come up. You see? So it's just the reason why we were just talking about the 10U thing, and then we know that the government is after these people too for the air code again, Jamal. You do small adjusting. The government is coming after Samuel Tua and others. And it's interesting. I would say Samuel Tua and others, I don't know, Jamal, something in the back. Do a little adjustment, please.
Hello, okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I think I need to go out, come back. Go on. I have to leave.
No, well, you don't have to go or just mute yourself and then we'll finish. If you want to, you unmute. I think it's better than to go out. Now we can't hear the echo. And I think Abba will help him on this one here, but this Samuel Tua, I don't know whether he have reported himself to the government because he one of those that they wanted for questioning. And all of these things that is Molu is saying, Samuel 2 and all that have link with it. I know at one point Amar Kone also have link with some of the GAC report. All of these are that all of these things that are coming out. If this government is keen on doing something, I think they must have the balls to take these guys, let legal action take place, and then let find the guilty partner here and then give them to me. I will take a ship to Liberia on a hard sea where I'll put them in prison that nobody will see them for 10 years. When they come back, they will never steal from us. This is the kind of punishment the people will have in Liberia, honestly. Because we go in no better yellow was just a joke. This one is
disadvantaged students, our youth in Liberia, Paul. Is that you putting some of these corrupt officials in jail for 10 years or high C? Is that going to be quite expensive? So we need that money to rehabilitate most of our young ones that are disadvantaged Liberian youth right now.
no, you know what? Although it will be expensive, Jamal, but it will be expensive. But not that kind of expense that if you put on hard seat, they will get no family member going to see them and nobody coming to beg you. When you come from the hard seat for 10 years, there'll be a different library you coming to.
I see imprisonment, right?
Yes.
I went to jail. Oh my. I think Twe, he talking as a disgrace to the grassroots community members that he claimed he was representing. I mean, why would you do that? This is why, the other day, Paul, you said, I don't know what you old, whatever you know, somebody wrote on Facebook responding to what was in the paper and said, look, why they are not calling President we are need? They calling everybody and they know that the man stole. So I noted to him, I said, look, we are with the president. Nobody saw we are collecting money over any counter. Nobody saw President we are doing back of money from posts to posts in Liberia. So those guys that were educated and they were with him, they told him everything that they could do it, nothing would come out of anything because of what they had to run government. Because at least he knew a football player and they knew that. So they took advantage of that and they directed him. So they are responsible. They will call his name in court. They think he didn't want to send them. You see, like every field, sometimes we talk about education. If we go into the field of accounting or then lower it to bookkeeping, you will get to love the field when you begin to balance or report. When you go to posting, where they say they want a sale, you put it, they want a this, you put it this place. Then when you put all that record together, you see which one for sale, which one are being bought by cash, which one are being credited, why is on hand, why is what they call what receivable and payable, the one you owing to pay other people, the one other people owing you. Then you see the beauty of the fee. No cheating inside.
Yeah.
When your balance sheet comes up, there should be liability. Okay. The assets should be there. The ownership, what they call the capital section, will be there. Okay. So you don't know. If you don't know, you go inside. You say now somewhere, say, yeah, my man, the person you call here, they're not easy. Yeah, my man, we got to send Papa some money. Just go to the nation money and carry it. It is you. He didn't come there to take it. So Samuel Toe, Maggie, Bill, those are the mean people If they go to court, they say, because we are stupid as they want to say, and say, oh, president to the president. We have said, nope, you were educated,
But,
you were there.
but
So they are responsible.
I agree with them. We are stupid, and this is what I want. If
Yeah,
anything, the Constitution that if we can be punished for his own stupidity, then it will be a good thing. Because we all knew the United Party-led government by Ellen was the most corrupt government. And you came to power, you decided to take side with them.
yeah.
That was stupidity on his part. He
No, but
decided to take
yeah,
side
yeah,
with them.
but
And then here we go. What Omer Baka is doing, he's not doing it because he said it's starting from George Weah. He's not going to himself. It will start from George Weah because the Omer is vindictive and he will go. Because Amara Cumberland told us years back that during the Ellen administration, Omer Baka has 7 counts on things that Ellen did to him.
okay.
So, and we know what we are. Weah was the one that told us that the Omer had pacemaker, and now Omer don't forgive. So he will go after Weah and his boys and punish them. So Weah then had a chance to go after the corrupt people they refuse. So yeah, the Omer punished the Samuel to them for their wrongdoing. And there was an article published in 2017 in Freetown, Severly newspaper, that Kerry said, look, Joseph Numa Barker built $25 million estate in Severly, Freetown. In the newspaper, I will show you. It was one of these people that supported Barker published this thing, and the old man ran on the thing that he was so poor, he was living on loan. We all knew the Ellen government was the most corrupt government, and we all knew that he was getting $5 million when he became peace in some kind of ambassador name they gave him. The supposed ambassador. He said that money, so he thought that body. Now they're going after his people. They got the EPS today wanted to have a protest. The government know what they after. They selected few people that will go after, and they'll go after them with ease. And they know that. Look at the thing here. You see here, this guy here, he supported Barker because he said Obey. He went for to say this. If you look underneath here, the newspaper there, they call it Awuko. It's in Severlium. And this newspaper article, if you read it, it's very interesting. What the article there said that underneath, you see, Barker built $20 million estate in Freetown. That was the newspaper. It was on a Friday, October 2017, when this newspaper carried that article. It's on Severlium. It almost like the Daily Observer newspaper in Liberia. And all of these things, this guy that wrote this story, he was a strong George Weah supporter. They're the one brought Weah to power. And they had the information. Weah come to power now. For him to go after these people, he decided, I'll take side, I will protect them. So it's about time that Joseph Numa Barker would not protect Weah. He must go after them and punish them to the highest level. If Weah were going to go after these people, according to the article, that Joseph Numa Barker built $20 million estate in Freetown. What did he get that money from?
Yeah, well, Paul, in I must I agree with you. Well, what we are saying here in the legal and political sense, it is those educated people that were where we are, who condone these things. They were in the house, they were in ministry, okay? Someone, Samuel Toy, found that minister of a country, $3 million, war-torn country. Where are you going to turn that debt over? You remember Ellen said during the turnover that she left $150 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We are king. One day he said he made the government broke. And he said, nope, there was $150 million. And there was some argument. So were they not aware? So because they wanted to steal, so they thought by knowing that we are is not economically, politically knowledgeable, so they would do anything in Liberia. They were bare. Nobody, Waka would not go directly behind. We had to call his name until he get a proof.
Yeah.
So when they go to court and say, where did you carry this money? And he said, I carried to President Weah house. He got any document. You got no document. We always said, no, I never received any money from him. So he's free.
Exactly.
So they thought they were the educated people, they had sense, they were going to use his administration to enrich themselves. So, but they had their life to end short in prison. And look, nobody taking it for a joke. Waka goes wrong, we will tell him, we will stop him, not only tell him, he will be stopped. Let me repeat this. So all his supporters, every Liberian know, when Waka goes wrong on the law of Liberia, he will be stopped. He will be stopped. Okay? He goes good. We will told him in the hammer on our back, we carry him. We carry him what they call in the Liberian historical setting. When you hear the Barcelona singing, they say, they do it say, Bankeayo, Bankeayo. Kea was, it's a hill, the Rocky Hill, the Red Mountain Hill. That's where the people used to build their well-known town to protect their citizens. So when they're taking you to K, I mean, they're putting you in the leadership of the nation. We will stand behind him if he does it correct. So that one where they go into party headquarters, oh, they will not go to court. No, they try to Liberian people disgrace them. The people are charged legally. Please, then go to court and say where they place those money. If they took any debt and put it on their feet and hide it and erase it from the paper, that
Yeah.
they will pay. All right. So
Yeah.
nobody can say they will not threaten the nation that they will do this, they do that, so they will waive the legal proceeding. No. The only thing we are saying to the UP government, those who are advisors to the president, they better do their work well. The president should not be making mistakes all of the time. He knows that he does not have power to remove the central government as they are saying it by law. Please follow the procedure.
But isn't that a hypocrisy in the whole thing here? That man brought $30 million worth of gift to the country, which is an impeachable offense. And
Yes.
it's just complete corruption, no matter how we put it. There was $22 million, $22.4 million on this road thing that they started saying they're going to rehabilitate all the roads. Some far play when the senator hall, they say, oh, pardon this person. That brought this city.
No, that law, I don't know what changes were made. I can't remember, but I know as a young man, I read it and I listened to it. If, let's say I came to London as Liberian president, and somebody came and brought a diamond watch, for example, right?
Yeah.
And give me a diamond watch that I call 100,000 United States dollar or 100,000 pounds. If you give it, I can't take it for me out of Monway. It will be given to the Liberian government.
Yeah.
Okay? So the gift of 285 units of yellow machine, if a friend say Liberia can take this machine to face its role, then Waka got to bring it and turn it over. Okay, but he can't bring it secretly into the country. First, he had to kind of report it. Then the legislature was set up technical and technocrats to investigate and go through the deal. But the way they were bringing it, then you said I give, then later on it turned to be something that the Liberian people will pay, then we can't pay. It will be seized. So that's why we have been put away until it is clarified. He had to say give when you say for 10 months, starting from this period to that period, or he gave it to us when you say for all totally, he doesn't need anything. Then we take it. What we
But
want is that
the Constitution clearly said you should not accept more than $250.
yes.
But then you bring in $30 million worth of gift unknown to the people.
If they give it, if it comes to the country,
it's already entered the country. Then you say, "Oh, my long-term friend, he trusted in my policy." Ha ha ha! That
you have to report to the Republic of Liberia if they want to accept it or not. Okay.
So, but then why is it you and your friend had a discussion? Yeah, I will come back to the country and say, "Oh, to the country, my friend is interested in my policy and he's going to give me this. I just bring it the way you say, but you brought a gift already secretly."
But that was stop being put to it.
Right? But that corruption, the fact you accepted it and brought it in the country, you already accepted.
That corruption, you got 25 opposition members who are in the House of Representatives. You got 18 or independent candidates who are in the House of Representatives. You got someone in the Senate who are now with the ruling party, right? So the impeachment proceedings start from the House of Representatives. Nobody said anything until lately when they start arresting people for corruption. And I don't know who spoke. I can't agree, or somebody say the president need to be impeached. So are they joking? The first statement, we want a clarity from the House. The president wrote a letter. So that's why digested that letter and see what it says and take a decision. The machine should be sent back or this action will be taken. And let them not forget history. According to historical argument, the truth of lies, people is stated in history that one of the main reasons of the overthrow of President Edward James Raw, because he did not disclose to the country. He took loans from Great Britain, first and second. The interest was high, but he was not discuss. He didn't discuss a loan with the country. That was some of the argument. So let them not forget. Okay?
Yeah.
A president has been overthrown for that before or removed from power. So it ain't something to joke with.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
it's good to have
you. For me, as far as concerned, I thought it been stopped. As far as concerned, it been stopped. I don't hear them talking about it.
Yeah, no, it's in the military barrier. It's just waiting for the legislature. According to Darren Dillon, we have the key to the executive mansion. So they will wake up one day, say, "Oh, it's a good thing," and then they'll pass it. Nothing comes from other it, and they'll start the operation. So it just the way it is in Liberia.
We are in the 21st century. The government of the people by the people. That Thomas Star or Barclay Star, it will not exist in Liberia any longer.
So let's take additional 5 minutes to close up. Okay. Something happened in Bangladesh for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks. The people of Bangladesh had a protest and the government went hard on them. Over 200 people were killed.
Okay.
So the nation decided to say, you know what? A peaceful protest and the government came hard on us to kill our people. We want the government to step down.
Okay.
They did not rest until the president and prime minister ran away from the country. So the military took over. And the guy who the head of the military, he served in Liberia as a peacekeeper from Bangladesh. And so they have the military would now put a transitional government together, but then those people that went on the street on the march said no, the military not just taking over, but they want to be part of that transitional thing, the way they want the country run. That's what they're going to put forward. In Liberia, we have a bunch of corrupt people that decided year in, year out to rip our people off. Liberia may need a revolution, not revolution by a gun, but a revolution that people will rise up to say, you know what, enough is enough. The whole entire government must step down. We want a transitional government. No more legislature will be getting $5,000 per salary. We want this and have a complete structure in place for that country to move forward. Because the way it is, you just get a bunch of corrupt people playing chess with the country.
Good boy. You know, when you're reading the Liberian history, first of all, our political history was hidden from us in Liberia until lately some people like us that have opportunities like going to different countries before we get to know some of the actual story, the actual truth of these things. When Liberia started, they had one party called the Republican Party of Liberia, of which J.J. Rowell was the founder and its first standard bearer and elected president. The clarity that I don't want to show our history, but believe J.J. Rowell took his 2 presidential terms constitutionally, and he ended office. I don't know, at that time, I think it was 2 years for the presidency.
Yeah, so they could go and come back.
2 years. But whether the Constitution stated that after your 2 terms, when you are elected, the consecutive 2 terms, you can, after somebody else serves, you can come back. Our Constitution will not clear on no law on the well. But the paradox here is President Raw, he organized what was known as the two-way party or the two-way party of Liberia today. Raw contested in 1869. According to some historians, they didn't have anything set up, everything was upside down in that country. So Raw grew just a committee. Fear was in there. They went into election, but Raw was highly experienced, educated. You know, he worked in the U.S. I think he went to Liberia in 1845. He was 18. He born 1815. So just imagine how old he was before he got to Liberia. I finished college here. His family was wealthy. They were business people here. So I think when Liberia is one of those that hardship, this and that. But Ross saw something and he decided to form the party because he felt the people, the masses in the country were not being informed, no education. So he campaigned on this and he won. When he won, unexpected people, they just got mad. The people that were in power, they got mad. A black quota man, yeah, he got bring all the trouble, yeah, and he say he president, he will see this, start talking all kind of things. So the division between the mulattoes and the ordinary black African person. So quick, they accused Raw. They said one of the reasons they overthrew Raw, one was for they say he credited the money from Great Britain. He didn't tell nobody the interest was too high. Then the mean one, the political one, they said Raw wanted to change the terms of the presidency from, I think, from 2 to 4. So they gave the story as Raw was taken from power, placed in jail, then he escaped. That's an official explanation. But Raw was actually overthrown and the entire family sentenced to death. But yeah, it's a paradox. Before Raw died, what they were saying, he will not be there. We gotta bring Joseph back. We gotta bring Joseph back. That kind of blasphemy, man. We're not sending him to that warehouse. The people not even look at him. That Liberia.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the question is, Raw was the founder of the two-way party. Is that correct? He said, you ask and they will say yes. How did Joseph Jenkins Robert abandon his Republican Party and became the standard bearer of the party of the criminal, Raw? Okay? The man, because the story that they gave for, they said Ross stole all the money and he was trying to get on board. Yeah, so the kingdom, before they would get to Atlanta, right on that Dude River, going to the Westman way there, they captured.
He couldn't swim.
Yes. But the question is, the criminal organization, he's a criminal, he stole all the money upon you are running away and God punished him, he died. How come this organization, you're talking, you abandon your own, but you took the organization and put it over the whole country? And Liberia became a one-party state. So you see the G of Liberia. It was not the country people that brought it in 1980 now.
No.
So J.J. Rara came back. So the question here, you guys said the man stole. Why would you use the name of this criminal president organization on the country? No, because when after they did it, they knew that they are killed Raw. They knew it was going to be all racing. Then they said they just put out loud that he stole. So the sense was they couldn't change the name. When they changed the name, then the people will be mad. So they used the name, but no opposition will exist. So the people will realize that, yeah, they didn't hate the man, they didn't hate the organization, but the man himself. That had to quiet it down. J.J. Rowell came back. Peace was with them. True. Okay. Now, we saw what happened. You watch a history. Roy is a criminal. Who stole all the money? He was running away and he died. Why they honor him? Why they build a headquarters of two-way party in Monrovia and put it at EJ Rock building?
And name it after him.
Yeah, why? They got stole.
But,
okay.
But the criminal activities in Liberia have started from a very long time. And
way back.
Yeah.
So in the 21st century, we got to stop it. We got to put it to an end. So Waka can come and say, I will do it. You put me there, then we put in there, then he's doing different things.
This is what I'm saying. Our the city in Liberia, we're going nowhere. we're going backward instead of all going forward. Look what happened in Bangladesh. The citizen rise and said, we want the president to go. And she ran away.
That's
she
it.
ran away. And now,
I studied these things that people didn't know the propensities that led to the 1980. It was the criminal behavior of the former leaders. What they kept doing from time immemorial. They said the maestro, but he told his party, put it over the country and then no opposition. Anybody try to be opposition, they put something like crown on you. Okay?
Yeah.
When the country had about 10, the voter not even 30,000. I don't say Barkley won that election with some 140,000.
Now, Charles Dickey.
Yeah.
Charles Dickey said it's in the Guinness Book of Record.
The Guinness Book of Record. Okay. Yeah. The population they show at that time. But do you know up to 1951, the May 1, 1951 election, Barkley turned power over to Tubman. And Barkley went. They went into the clip room. Barkley went and changed the presidential term to about 8 years. So he was still in power at the time when I finished. Then he turned it over to Tubman. Okay? So Tubman, during the 1951 election, the rule changed. You know who are voting in Liberia? Only the miracle Liberian men.
Yeah.
According to history, the natives were not allowed. If you are not taxpayer, you don't vote. But the indigenous, the aboriginal, were not part of the Republic of Liberia. Mm-hmm. Because the Republic of Liberia was a historically clean land that somebody bought for them on the President Island in Monrovia. But the history of other land, nobody knows. But only that one. So that was the Republic of Liberia. So everything was in Monrovia. Natives were not allowed to vote. Okay?
Yeah. So
1951, that just yesterday.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, 1951. It's just yesterday, brother. That's what people have to know. You can't play. That country has reached a stage that you cannot tamper with. You have to do it straight.
Comrade, we know what been happening lately. Something happened in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Nigeria.
Yeah.
So Liberia, if these guys continue to behave the way they're behaving, and we get a lot of young people that today there's no job, no school, they get on the loose, taking drugs and all that. If something sink in their ears, seem nothing could happen in Liberia, that enough is enough, we're going nowhere, and we want this thing to happen now, it will happen. Liberia just sitting now on a very...
That didn't happen. Yeah. And the group will be responsible because they sort of do everything by the law and do it as clear as possible. Okay? Yeah. You can't say, okay, all the mosquitoes in the place there, but you don't spray your room. You can't in the hallway or the dining room. People saying, oh, you're SQ. You're SQ, I gotta kill the mosquito, you're a mosquito too much. But you didn't spray your room. So how are you killing the mosquito from the house? You say you will stop corruption. You have to approach it holistically. No dodging of anything. Somebody do point say that corruption, you gone. Point that corruption, you gone. Okay? So that time you try to go to court and can't tell the crap there that, oh, we made $300 million debt. We check all the people and where any spend the money or not spending, and any her children were taking money in valises and sending to Lebanon. After office, you went to Lebanon to sign that bank account. They know all of that. They sat down, they people print that money, they brought in the country, they joined them and put finger in the Liberian people ear and then lie about that money. Then they sat down there.
I said, on that note, what I would say before we close up, people must have that day in court. And when they found guilty, they must be punished. And then the next group of people will take you from there and say, we are, and people had the opportunity to do it, they refuse, yet they punish them. So we've been here 2 hours and 16 minutes now. Let's close up.
We have the government got to set it still. We prepare better, yada. Make sure the national housing is at work. As you prosecuted, they are found guilty. All structure that they own in Liberia, all see confiscated and given to national housing to put it to use. It will not be they want to go do it and they say to go and ECOWAS Kosi, the person wanted and this and that crap.
Yeah.
The crime was committed in Liberia. We have legal system, we got competent code of jurisdiction where the crime was committed, there where the case will go on. Nobody can interfere in our internal affairs. Nope. Now why ECOWAS can to be in power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, comrade. We'll close on this note, and to our audience, thanks for being with us. We're back here on Friday. We'll have a guest on the show on Friday to talk about the housing. What Jamal said about real estate, those who want to own property in Liberia. These guys are making they investing heavily in Liberia. So we'll have the guests here on Friday. So on that note, I want to leave all with a nice Liberian song because we're more than 2 hours. We'll be back here. We'll be back here on Friday. So comrade, it was great being on the show. So I'll close up with this nice music.
Boy.
If we're pregnant, speak up.
Only records, Now you better lick on out there what you want me to don't can show yourself. Got plenty dancing, now you dancing, you get copy. I say don't can show yourself. You using Chani, Mr. Chani, I say to never don't can show yourself. You say you young for your sling on a papa bob, I say don't can show yourself. You don't get money, you want eat shawarma, eat some pizza, don't